Now, this is funny, and this is a well known tactic of racism. Okay, what belongs to you? All of America. Why don't we own anything? Oh, because they came here and genocided us and erased our heritage and stole our land. And then you're gonna say that? What about burning down Black Wall Street? What about all the black towns that they destroyed? What about all the ones they put under rivers? What about the when we were known as Native Americans in Central Park? What is it? Not Lenape Village, Sequoia Village. That now became Central Park. Well, why do you think we don't own anything? And it's funny because you are out here claiming to be a Native American, and you're claiming that, you know, all this stuff happened to you as well, or exclusively you and not us. That's what you're claiming, right? But then you'll go and say something like that. See, he talking just like a colonizer. It's in your blood. You can't help it. And the funny part is, if you're a Native American, what do you have? Reservations the government put you on while they stole all of your land? But then, those are the arguments you use against us. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, show your face. You're not a Native American. Show your face. I showed my face. Show your face. You know, this was a comment under one of my videos talking about census reclassification where I presented evidence and showing how we were reclassified in the census. And, showing how the same year the Negro category went up, the Native or Indigenous or mulatto or Indian category, they all took drastic drops. The same year, the same exact year. So, like, you could sit there and say whatever, but they weren't trying to hide this back in the day. They had an open policy against removing the heritage of people who were black. Just like he defended blood quantum in one of the comments. If you guys been checking, this guy comments on all my videos. He defended blood quantum. And I'm like, bro, that's crazy because they weren't even blood testing people. They couldn't even tell the difference between blood types. You understand back then? So to put laws in place that say, oh, if you have one drop of so-called Negro blood, you can't be an Indian, just proves that one, a lot of these people were Indians and they discriminated against them and they don't even have science to back it up. You see, what they practiced was eugenics. It was racial science. And a lot of what we have established today in the medical industry and the scientific industry is based off of eugenics, racial science. And a lot of the prevailing schools of thought in America is based off of this racial science. So it just shows your psychiatry, dude. Like keep commenting on my comments. Like I don't care. You think I'm telling you that because you think I want you to go away. I'm telling you that because I want you to keep commenting, bro. Because you're just making yourself look dumb. And then you're like, you don't own nothing. Nigga, if you're Native Americans, what the fuck do you own? Dummy? Dummy. You a dummy. You don't own nothing either. The funny part is this. The government accepts your kind of Native Americans as Native Americans. And simultaneously, you have to believe this. I don't know how you have these mental gymnastics for you to believe you're Native Americans. So they destroyed you, stole all your stuff, reclassified you, all this stuff, right? And then at the end, like, they said, we're going to have civilized tribes and we're going to make good. And then they said, here's reservations and here's all this free stuff. And then, like, it's a simple math equation if you had brains. Native Americans are 1% of the population, or 1 to 2%, right? They can't, you could give them a bunch of stuff and they would be fine. You give black people a bunch of stuff, we're like 15% of the population. We're like the second largest racial group. They can't afford to give us stuff. That's why. It's just crazy to me. Crazy to me how you could have these two conflicting thought patterns in your brain and don't understand it as dumb. You can't shit on black people. You can't shit on black people. Everything you have and everything you know comes from us. Y'all not even the dancers y'all claim to be. We are the dancers. The niggas dancing in the street, those are the natives. The people showing up at Mardi Gras with all the feathers and the traditional garb, those are the real natives. The same celebrations happen in Brazil. You see them women dressed like the Indians and all kinds of shit. And they all black people. Because you know what? Black people are the people of North and South America. You could say whatever you want, but again, all you're going to do is make attacks and you're not going to bring facts. And if you do bring any facts, it's going to be what white people said. And I could clearly show you that these people are liars and discredited. And they discredit themselves all the time because they can't explain why no nation in history has ever imported their second largest racial group. We can explain being the second largest racial group and where Europeans came from. We can explain that. They can't explain where we came from. No nation in history ever. Find me one nation that matches, because slavery has happened in other nations. Find me one nation where slaves have achieved a positive growth rate and gone on from 400,000 to almost 41 million. And I'm not talking about like, oh, hand servants. I'm talking about slaves, people you beat and whip and kill and dispose of when you feel like it. You know, the people where you need teeth in your mouth, so you go to them and rip out their teeth, and then you leave them to die of an infection. And you don't give them no medicine. Because that's the kind of shit that was going on. But you're claiming that the Holocaust in America happened to you. But why aren't there no stories of them doing this to you? There was Indian slavery. Why aren't there no stories of this happening to you? Where is all the horror stories in the film showing this happening to you? There is none. Because it didn't happen to you. Because you liars. You straight liars.